All right, I'm wearing hockey. Deal with it. Let's just talk about what happened with the world of soccer today, shall we? This was insane. And if you're going to save the best for last, this is kind of the best way to do it. So, Uruguay beats Egypt with barely any time left. So things are scoreless, and then Uruguay, whoops, it's in. Uruguay, I think will go on to the next round. I can't see them not being in the round of 16. Um, Iran beats Morocco because Morocco beats Morocco. Um, I'm concerned for the safety of the man that headed the ball into his own net. The World Cup is a huge stage, so when you see a guy score an own goal, you wonder if somebody in that country may want to take a shot at him over it, and it's a horrible thing, but it's happened. I remember Colombia well. Um, and that was a nightmare. Of course, a Colombian player causes the Americans to beat him and pays a price. And that was a long time ago, but it's something that you remember because very rarely in a Stanley Cup or any kind of hockey thing do you hear that a mob hit was put on a guy for something he did in a soccer game that was totally an accident. Ronaldo, nothing he did was an accident today. Now, one of the three goals, the goalie probably should have had it, but that goal he scored, okay, going around the defenders and looping its way into the net, I think that might be the prettiest goal I've seen at a World Cup. Cristiano Ronaldo has been criticized previously. Of course, the last time that Portugal was in a World Cup, and he was playing, he was not at 100%. Cristiano Ronaldo, if he was anybody else, probably doesn't play in that tournament. My heart kind of aches for Spain in this one, to be honest, because really they probably should have won the game, and then Ronaldo ties it with minutes left, and it is going to be interesting to see which of these two teams emerges as the top team in that group. I can't see a team other than the two of them being first in the group, and I can't see a team out of these two being first or second in the group. And it was important for Cristiano Ronaldo to have this game because his international reputation is fantastic. I think they said he's now got 51 goals representing Portugal in international competition, which is fantastic. Only 6 to this point in World Cups, but with 3 today, with a hat trick. And hockey fans may look at that and go, oh, he had a hat trick. That's nice. Yeah, that doesn't happen in soccer. The term hat trick doesn't get used very often, and it is stunning, to say the least, that Cristiano Ronaldo was able to do this. So for Portugal, if Ronaldo could play goal and defense, halfback, you might have a shot at winning it all. And maybe Ronaldo right now with the season he's had, he had a fantastic year for his club team prior to coming in and playing here. So really, honestly, I mean, Portugal, a dark horse? Maybe they are. Spain is always going to be a dark horse, even though, as they've stated, a lot of the Spanish players are older, and that can start to wear the older teams as you go along in the tournament, may wear out a little faster. But yeah, when I'm looking at the all-time leaders for goals in the World Cup, it's nice to see Klose in there, or Klose. German player, who is my favorite. Him, there's a bunch of really solid German players, and when I was looking through the all-time leaders in scoring, I'm like, yeah, loved him, yep, remember him. Oh, these guys are great. And I only wish there was more English players that were in those top scorers, but a lot of German guys who've made me proud, and if Ronaldo can score at this rate, I would say if he gets another 4 in the tournament, so if he can get a goal in each game and maybe a goal in a couple of games in the next round, we can start talking about where Ronaldo stands in the all-time list of greatest players. You do need to win a World Cup. This isn't, in other sports, you can look and say, well, he may be the greatest if. I do think that for soccer, to be accepted as the greatest player ever in the world, whether it's right or it's wrong, I think a World Cup championship makes a huge difference. So Ronaldo today put the world on notice. that he will drag Portugal there if he has to. That goal, if you haven't seen it, go look at it. It was a beautiful, perfectly placed, round the defenders, curves into the net, and the goalie just looks at it like, yeah, no, that's in. I can't touch that. And there's nothing more satisfying to watch than a goalie just looking and going, forget it. Just forget it. I've always felt bad for goaltenders in this sport more than any other. You don't face a lot of shots. And when you do, your net is gigantic. It's you and the other guy. You can play with your hands. He can't. Other than that, it is a free-for-all. And if your defense doesn't help you out, odds are he's going around you and scoring, and you're going to look pretty stupid while he does it. You have to hope that maybe he's kicking that ball a little bit too far out in front of himself, and you can make that diving grab and roll with the ball on the ground. But I do feel bad for goaltenders. And with Ronaldo, I think I feel extra bad for goaltenders in this tournament. So we'll see what happens from here, but this was Spain's opportunity, and they were so close to taking Portugal down a notch and potentially making Ronaldo and Portugal doubt themselves early in the tournament. If these guys get some confidence, and if they can prove to themselves that they can win at a World Cup, they can win a World Cup. And they're not really being picked by very many people. Germany's the sexy pick. I picked Germany because, of course, I did. It's the easy pick, right? You just come in and you go, well, the Germans are going to win it. But Portugal does have the talent, and they have the best player in the world in Cristiano Ronaldo. No slight meant to Suarez in Uruguay, who I hope has a fantastic tournament. No slight meant. He was my favorite player coming out of the 2014 World Cup, and no slight meant to him at all. But Ronaldo, just fantastic. And for this, there was a tweet that went out that went viral. I think I even retweeted it. I know I laughed pretty hard at it, where they showed the weird bust made of him, where he looks like he's having a stroke. And they showed like a chisel and it redone in bronze properly, where it looks like Cristiano Ronaldo. I think if they win a World Cup, they have to redo that bust. They just have to. It should be required. But let me know your thoughts. I apologize that this is late. We were out for most of the day, so I didn't really have a chance to get this together. I will be much earlier tomorrow in my review of that day's actions. Yes, I intend to review the day's actions every day. And once we start getting into games 2 and 3 for every team, we'll start looking at where they are, who they've played, who they're playing next, and the odds of them moving on to the next round. And when we're going to start seeing an underdog like possibly Iran, who are like, thanks, Morocco. Thanks for heading that in your own net. The Moroccan that did that, he might be better off not going home. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And for anybody who's worried that this is just going to turn into a soccer channel, that's not going to happen. This is just, I really enjoy this tournament, and I really enjoy talking about it. This is my second favorite sports thing to talk about other than hockey. It only happens once every 4 years. And I feel like I want to discuss this. But there will be, of course, other television and movie and that kind of related stuff that will be discussed on this channel. So do not despair. People who want to witness that kind of content and are thinking, oh, it's going to be another sports channel. No, don't worry about it. But for now, for this, we're done. Let me know your thoughts. I'll talk to you again soon.